welcome to another video. So today we're doing a full face of e.l.f. So I love e.l.f. products. I think it is one of the great drugstore cosmetics that you can get. And what I really like about it is they are so affordable. So I realized the other day when I was using my new foundation that I have from e.l.f. and I'm like, you know what? I haven't done an e.l.f. video in so long, and even just like a one brand tutorial I haven't done in a long time. So that's what we're doing today. The only thing I have prepped is I have a serum on my skin right now, and then I did prep my eyelids for eyeshadow. But we are going to go in with the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Face Cream. So this one I have in the fragrance-free version, but I like this one. I'm going to say more in the winter time, like fall winter time, because it is more of a thicker consistency. Whereas in the summertime, I like more of like a fluid type of moisturizer on my face. You can kind of see how thick it is. It's like a really rich cream. But I thought, well, we're doing e.l.f. today, so I'll use it to show you how great it is. It's super affordable, not going to break the bank. Blends really nicely into the skin. It has hyaluronic acid in it, peptide complex. This feels like a really luxurious, like high-end kind of cream, but the best thing is it's not. It's a great affordable one. So I take that and I'm just going to pat it all in, and we'll let that sink in. Now this is a new product, and I was going to say that at the beginning. Some of these are some new products that I did pick up from e.l.f., and then some of them are, you've seen them on my channel before. So the next thing we're going to go in with is their Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener. When I've looked in the past, I didn't see that they had a color corrector, but so like I said, I don't know if this is new. So this is supposed to be like a medium coverage, but it has a little bit of peach color to it that's going to help that discoloration. It does say to apply it with your fingers. So it does have that nice peach color to it. So we'll do the one eye, and then I'll show you. Oh yeah, that's actually quite brightening. It's very creamy. So you can see that it does, like I'm looking at the viewfinder right now, that is actually quite brightening, and it did conceal. So look at how still like dark I am under the eye here, and then that's a little bit brighter and not as dark. And very, like that's a really creamy formula. That's nice. And then to add on to the Putty Corrector, it does have hyaluronic acid in it, squalene, and it is it's helping prime the skin to extend the wear of concealer. So I like that it has a little bit of primer as well. How hydrated. I'm just looking in my mirror right now. Holy smokes. That looks very hydrated under there. That's probably the hyaluronic acid in there. And I did have this in the shade Fair. There is several other shades, but I wanted to kind of go with like a brighter one. I also have my coffee this morning. It is still quite early, so I definitely need that. One non-e.l.f. product that I do want to go in with, because I always do this to my lips before I start makeup application. This is a new shade from the City Lips, the Plumping lip gloss. This shade I have become mildly obsessed with, and I don't use obsessed very much. I think that word gets used a lot, but this shade has just released, and it's perfect for fall. It's called Sparkling Cider. Well, first of all, you guys, I don't know if you'll be able to see. Hopefully you can. There's a little bit of shimmer in it. But when you put it on, can you see the sparkle? Wonderful. I have been loving this shade. It really complements, like, it doesn't matter what lip shade I put on. When I top it with this, it just looks amazing. So highly recommend that shade. If you haven't picked it up yet, run out and grab it. Now for sunscreen today, I'm going to go in with that e.l.f. The Whoa Glow Sun Touchables. It has an SPF of 30. That's kind of what it looks like. Like, I love it. It's a great sunscreen because it's giving me a little bit of priming before I put my makeup on. It's giving me the SPF 30, which is my sun protection. It gives me an amazing glow. But the last time I tried to link it, I couldn't see any Canadian companies right now or retailers having it. So not sure what's happened to it. So I'm just going to let that sink in, and we're going to have lots of glow going because this also has hyaluronic acid. aloe, and it has squalene in it. So, oh my goodness, my skin is just gonna be so hydrated today, which isn't a bad thing, especially because I have really dry skin. But like I mentioned, I love how it just sets my skin ready for, I can use it as like a primer. What I also want to add is a little bit of extra primer just where I have my pores, which are a little bit large, just right by my nose. So we're going to go in with the e.l.f. Putty Primer, but this is a different version. Like, I know the original gets all the love, that original Putty Primer, but this one has vitamin C in it. So that's also going to help brighten the skin. And it actually does look yellow. So what I do is I just take like a little bit on my finger, like quite a thick formula, and I just concentrate it right in here. And I put a little bit extra right in my smile lines. Because if I have any settling of foundation, that's where it's going to settle. And I just give it a little pat. So while we're waiting for all of those products to sink into the skin, we're going to do the eyebrows. So this is the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. So it is one of the pencils that has a spoolie on one side, and then it has just like a regular pencil on the other. Now I think they have a new eyebrow product out, but I haven't picked it up yet. That's the shade there. It's a little light for me, unfortunately, but I'll show you what I do to kind of neutralize that. This is neutral brown, so it's not my perfect shade. I don't want it to go to waste, so we work with what we got. And it is like a bit of a thicker pencil. So you can see that I just did this one side. I just wanted to show you the differences of how the pencil works and fills it in quite nicely. Then we're going to go in with the e.l.f. The Wow Brow. Now this is like an iconic product. It's a volumizing, like a gel. Now I have this in the shade Brunette. And what I do is after I've put through the pencil, I just fill in some of the sparse areas, and just, this does really give me some extra lift to the brow. It's just helping that shade, so it's a little bit darker. So this is a great combination. You can just go in with the Wow Brow. It's a great product just if you want to fill in and give a little bit of volume to your eyebrows. So we're going to go in with the eyes first today before I start applying like my foundation and that sort of thing. Just because sometimes I get a little bit of fallout with these eyeshadows. Now I have a few other eyeshadow palettes from e.l.f., but I always gravitate to the little bite-sized little palettes. I just love these. They are great quality. I love the color stories. I have these ones in, I Love You a Latte, Rose Water, and Cream and Sugar. And I always intermix the different shades because I find I just get the perfect eye combination. So we're first going to go in with Cream and Sugar. And we'll go in with this one on the end here. It's kind of like a peachy kind of color, and I'll use that as my transition shade. I'm just going to go in with my rougher 15 brush. Now always with my transition shade, I always take it right from my mobile lid right up until under my brow bone. And then we'll go in with my very well used I Love You a Latte. It's like, really, I need another one. It's really well used. And I'm going to go in with that shade right there. It's like a tan, soft soft tan brown shade. And I'm just using my Angie Hot and Flashy A502 brush. And this one I'm going to put right above the crease. Just going to do like a really neutral eye today. See how I'm getting just a little bit of fallout there? I probably didn't tap my brush off enough. I usually give it a good tap, but I don't think I did this time. And then I'm just going to take that same brush and go in with the really dark shade on the end here, and I'm going to use that right in the very corner, like outer corner. But I don't want a lot of it. I'm just like barely putting anything on my brush. Make sure to tap it off. And I just want a little bit of definition on the end of the eye. One thing about these eyeshadows is they blend in actually quite nicely for such a budget-friendly eyeshadow. And then from the Cream and Sugar palette, I'm going to take this shade right here. It's a little, has like a little bit of shimmer. And I'm going to put that right in the inner corner. Wow. Yeah. These are, I forgot actually how they adhere to the eye. My goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have to kind of blend this out. That is really, really staying on there. Holy smokes. And I'm just gonna take like a fluffy brush and kind of just blend it out. So we're going to start on the face now, and I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. The Soft Glam Satin Foundation. I'm not going to elaborate too much about this because I have just had it in a couple of my other videos, so I know you guys are tired of hearing about it. So I'm just going to quickly show you. I mix these two shades together because one was a little bit too light for me, and then I went out and picked up a darker shade. So basically all I do now is I just mix the two together. I'm just going to use my Sigma. This is the F87 Edge Kabuki brush. I blend them together. Just gives me the perfect shade. And then we're just going to go in. I'll put down in my description box, I'll put the videos where I go into more detail about the foundation. Like I said, I don't want to bore you guys again. For a drugstore foundation, this is just, it really is amazing. It has become like a big favorite of mine. I've been using it a lot. And then once I have it blended in with my brush, then I'll go in with my sponge and just make sure everything is blended together. Okay, so next we're going to go in with the concealer. So this is the Hydrating Camo Concealer with a satin finish. What I will say is if you have dry under eyes, don't get it confused with the original Camo Concealer. That one is just super, super drying. And it does look a little bit different. I think that the top is a little bit different. So because I already have that eye brightener on, which actually it's doing a great job. I can see how like my skin has like a little bit of a sheen under there. So I'm just going to apply just a tiny bit. And then just a little bit here to clean up where that eyeshadow came down a little bit. And then I'm just going to go in with my Anti-Hot and Flashy, the concealer brush. This is the A506. But I made the mistake. I purchased the original concealer, and I'm going to say after a couple hours, my under eyes looked, every line was coming out, every wrinkle, everything. It was just awful, awful, awful. And then I went to this hydrating one, and this is much better. It actually looks still pretty decent even at the end of the night. It doesn't accentuate like all my little wrinkles. It does look hydrated. So I just did the eyeliner off camera just because I don't have an e.l.f. liner. I went in with my Kosas. This is the Soul Gazer. I've used this in a previous video, so if you wanted to check it out, you can go ahead, but that's the one that I used. Now the mascara I'm going to use today is the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. I have this in the shade Deep Brown. And I actually quite enjoy this mascara. It doesn't give me like crazy amounts of like lengthening, but it does give me some volume. And I like how it fans out the lashes. It doesn't get all clumpy. When you do something like that, just leave it, let it dry, and then you can, I'll show you how to get that off if you ever accidentally smudge your mascara. And this one does help get all like in my little, like all the little tiny lashes in the corner. And I find it doesn't do like any flaking on me or anything like that. It's just a nice mascara, nothing over the top, but it feels like soft on the lashes. Like it doesn't get all crusty and that sort of thing. So I really do enjoy this one. All right, so I just threw on some half lashes. Now to show you how to get rid of that little mistake that I have there from my mascara, what I usually do is I either take a Q-tip or I take the end of my spoolie from my eyebrow pencil and I just lightly flick it away. Can you see how it's gone now? So that's a great little hack if you ever have that happen to you. Next, we're going to go in with some bronzer. So we're going to be using the bronzing drops. I have these in the shade Rose Gold. So I've used it a bunch of different ways. What I found what works best for me is I just throw like a little bit on the back of my hand. And then I take a foundation brush. So this is the 106 BK Beauty brush. Just because it's quite dense. And I just pick up a little bit on my brush and start applying it very lightly. I always go in with products. I've said that before in my videos. I always start off with a lighter hand because you can always build products up. And then I just keep putting it on my brush and then going along my forehead, all the usual spots that I put bronzer. But you can certainly use this in different ways. You can use this, mix it in with your foundation to give you like a glow. You can put it on before your foundation. But I just prefer to use it as a bronzer. So I like how it's very versatile that way. And it's almost like I'm stippling it on. And I find it that way it just doesn't leave like streaks and that sort of thing. Now, in one of my recent videos, I did show you guys all of the e.l.f. the Camo blushes. They're the liquid blushes. But I also have in my collection a bunch of their putty blushes. So these were out, I'm going to say a few years ago. They were like the hottest thing. They came out with a whole bunch of like putty bronzers and blushes. But this one shade I hadn't picked up yet, and I just recently did. It's the Luminous putty blush, but it's in the shade Maui. I thought that was just so pretty. Gorgeous shade. So what I usually do is just grab like a blush brush, and I find it just does, it picks up enough product on the brush. And then I, again, just kind of stipple it in. But these are pretty long lasting. And I remember correctly, I thought they all, like all the putty things went viral because they are so easy to use. And even like traveling, this is so easy to stick in like a bag. And I mean, this seriously is going to last a long time. It may look small in the container, but it's so dense that you don't need a lot of it to apply it onto your face. And then not that I think I need a bunch of highlighter today, because that blush, like when it literally says luminous, look at how luminous my skin looks. It's quite incredible. I do want to go in with a product that I haven't used in a really, really long time, and it's the Halo Glow Liquid Filter. So this product, when it first launched, it was sold out everywhere, and it was a viral product because it was being compared to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. But this one is so much more affordable. I use this one a lot behind the scenes. I use this as a product that I put on my face before I apply my foundation if I want more of like a glowy look. But today we're actually just going to use it as highlighter. So I'm going to apply it to the back of my hand. It comes with like a giant doe foot applicator, but I'm just going to put like that much on the back of my hand. And then we're going to go in with a brush and just pick up a small amount of the product, and very, very lightly, just right on the high point of my cheekbone. But what I like about this is it's very subtle. Like it's like a very subtle, glowy kind of look. And because it's a nice liquid, it's not going to settle all into my fine lines. It's just a gorgeous product. Like I said, very versatile. You can use it, mix it in with your foundation. You can put it on after, like I'm using it right now as a highlighter. And I put just a little bit down my nose. Cupid's bow. And then for the lips today, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to go in with the e.l.f. This is the O-Face lipsticks. They're just like a bullet lipstick. They do come as like a satiny finish. So these ones actually are very, very good for staying power for a bullet lipstick. But what I want to try first is a new product. And it looks like it's like fairly new. But I think this is supposed to be a dupe for the Tarte Maracuja lip product, because this says it's a Pout Clout lip plumping pen, and it's supposed to be, so this is a clickable pen, and it's a 3-in-1 lip plumper, a gloss, and a balm. I have in the shade Pinky Out, that clicking mechanism on the bottom. Okay, so it actually does look very similar to the Tarte. If I'll stick a picture over here so you get an idea what I'm talking about. Oh, interesting. So I'm just going to maybe, because once you put these products up, you can't put them back down. So I only want to do maybe, you can hear it clicking. So I did like 2 clicks there. So it's very, very creamy. Oh, that's very nice. Oh, I'm surprised. Actually, I wasn't expecting that. Oh, wow. That's really nice. Oh, I can feel it has like a little bit of I can feel the plumping trying to work. It feels just it's not tingly, just like a cooling sensation. Oh, that's very nice. I'm surprised. I didn't think it would be that pigmented for color. I thought it was going to be more sheer. Nice. I'm glad I saw that in the store. I didn't even know that there was like a new lip product out. Because what I was going to top it off with is their like the new lip oils that e.l.f. has out. But I don't think I need to do that. And then we're going to go in with the setting spray. So this is a new setting spray. This is the Power Grip. And this is a dewy, which I like. I like to have a little bit of dewiness going on. But the mister is great on this one. I have used this one in the past. The mister is very nice and disperses the product on your face. But this is a take, the Power Grip is a take on the Power Grip Primer. So I really like that they put this into a setting spray because it really does lock that makeup into place for the day. I will say the only thing that I'm just noticing as I'm talking is it does have a little bit of, can you see how it makes those little stringies on my lips? All right, so I always like to show you guys what it looks like right after I have finished filming. And my goodness, does it ever look luminous today. Luminous is the word of the day with this makeup. Holy smokes. But I love it. I love having that dewy kind of glowy look. All of the products worked so well together. And what I actually am quite surprised at is that eye brightener under my eyes. Holy smokes, that really blended in nicely and is giving my under eyes a totally hydrated look. So I am loving that part. Like I mentioned, the only thing I guess the negative was with that little lip product that I had, but I just went and got like a little bit of a tissue and wiped it off, and now I don't have that that gumminess anymore. So let me know if you enjoy these type of videos, these one brand tutorials. I do have another one that I want to do is Makeup by Mario. That is for sure because I have enough products for that. And I think I also want to do a physician's formula. I think I have enough products to do another physician's formula. Haven't done one of those in a really long time. So let me know if you enjoy these type of videos. Everything will be linked and listed down in the description box. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe if you're not already. And as always, I hope everybody has a great week and a great life, and I'll see you all very soon in my next video. Bye!